Hey guys, what's up? There's a lot of matchmaking complaints out there, so I figured I'd post this video. I'm in my motherland, and right now Xbox has a ×2 silver op for tier 10s, so you can see that I'm one of 5 tier 8s in the game. And honestly, my whole opinion on matchmaking, it's frustrating at first when you're playing the game and you don't know weak points, you don't know anything about premium ammunition, your armor, how to angle it, just a lot of the minor things. However, I think the most important thing is not understanding maps. So as you play, you get to learn the maps, and if you can out-position your opponent, you will definitely help your team win the game. So my goal here is to get advanced scouting, and you can see our scouts already doing a good job, and our whole team is pushing pretty well. But what I want to do is I want to dig into a location where if they start to push on my team, I can get side shots in them. So hiding up here, there's like a little undulation, and I know that Artie is hiding in like F1. So I get shots in that waffle. And really, like I said, understanding the maps. In this map, they start down by their flag in H2, and if they don't make a quick push up the hill, they give up a lot of position in this field. So if you're on the other side, I would suggest if you're a spotter, get up on top of the hill and make sure you're spotting out for your team. You can see our scout countered them, and really they got pinned down. So now what's my goal? My goal is to find any shot I can, and if you're shooting into higher tier, especially 2 tiers higher than you, you're going to get a lot of XP and more silver. It's actually kind of ridiculous. So I shot the mouse, he fixed his track, and I switched to HEs. Really, if you don't believe in HE shells, there's 2 reasons why I carry them. There's A, to make sure I can knock the track off, and second one, to hit soft targets like the Waffle U100 or the tier 9 Waffle. If you know you can pen the target with an HE shell, you want to use that shell. So the E100's out, my team's advancing, and I just want to keep this mouse locked down. So the only thing I'm doing here is keeping him perma-tracked. And you can see he turns his head to fight them, and I could just put a PCR into his turret, but my team just can feast on him because he can't turn his tank. So our chieftain finishes him off. And now, as we make the final push, either their teams spread down the K line and up to 0, which, I mean, wouldn't surprise me too much because that just means that they don't know that they're defending, and that happens too often. And then you can see that they're clogged in the 1 line. So they're making their last stand in a hole. And really, to me, I would just try to push out. Your best bet is to spread out across the map. Now, as you learn the maps, you learn all the firing angles. And since I'm a tier 8, I'm not going to go fight them frontally with my heavies. My tier 10 heavies. It's just not going to happen. So I'm going to look for shots into this Patton, and he's hiding behind the rock, so I'm just going to get up behind the other guys. My biggest problem with matchmaking is the lack of experience. So like if I'm in this matchup and my tier 10s don't push when the other team is defending, that's what's really going to set a limitation for our team. Not how many 10s and 8s we have. That's not going to matter as much. So to me, I think it's just important of understanding the map is one. And I know some people say just have a different mindset when you're in a low tier game. And it's kind of true, except just not having the ignorance of saying that being the only reason of I guess a better way to say that is it just sounds like you're making a complaint if you say just have a different mindset. I mean, to me it's more important to have the mindset when you're top tier rather than your low tier. So I'm going to go to end game. It's probably the most impressive game you've ever seen. Got 540 damage. Made 40,000 silver. And got 4,000 XP. And I took top. So out of the 5/8s, their AT-15 did 498 damage. Killed one guy. Took 5th on their team. And then their VK-101P, which is hiding in the bottom corner, did 182, took last. Their Brazil, which to me, a tier 8 scout tank is just as good as a tier 10 tank. If you know how to scout, a tier 8 scout tank would be just fine. He did 220 damage, probably not much assist. And then our T-32 did 248 damage, and that's to be expected out of a T-32. Yeah, this guy didn't assist any damage, so he did really good spotting for his team. That's all I got for you guys.